position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Hurricanes will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Here's a heat. Back open in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And that one could serve a lot of purposes. You knock all the butterflies out, you get your first completion.
Yeah, and I agree. You know, the first completion, you get hit. And I always loved it as a player on the first drive to when you got hit, you got that out of the way, you get the butterflies out of the way, then you kind of settle and you realize, all right, this is just football.
Takes the handoff. It's Garner. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Alabama will get the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Nice job to get down there and avoid the hit with the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll try the run. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. The give to the back. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unleashes one. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Quick step and go. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
That is such a big play for the offense. A lot of these 4th down pass plays are just designed to pick up the 1st. They get even more. They get an explosive play, and that has got to be huge for the offense's confidence.
Working that left side now. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. Gets it out quickly. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Alabama!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and wrap it up with a touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Turning it on. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Reels it in down the left side. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Canes will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese, and speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. Did a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Quarterback will keep it. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. He's really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know.
Touchdown, Miami! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
That Alabama offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Powers through. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, you know, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. After the run, now to throw. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Here we go. The option look. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He wants to change this route. Off play action. Skips away from pressure. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires on the move. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
He splits the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air on first down. They're working that left side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Offense in a split backfield. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
That defender just laid the wood. As soon as that guy caught the ball, there he was. Bam! Clean hit for a minimal gain.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it on the right.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He's in open space downfield. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
From the gun, looking for a man. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quickly complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
That's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Now they'll run it on the toss. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that is going to leave the head coach scratching his head. The final play of the first half, your opponent runs the ball, and you can't tackle him and get him down with all those bodies back playing prevent. That is a terrible job of defense. And to add insult to injury, you've now given up the lead.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Second down, he'll throw it. Time to take a shot. He's got it on the left. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
Nice job reeling in that catch. And listen, when you say Miami Hurricane football, to me, I think about burners at the receiver position. Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, who I played with in the Senior Bowl. These guys could not be covered one-on-one. And this dude here in this offense today, he causes the same kind of problems. Really, really good route runner. He always seems to get open.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. That had all the makings of hard meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. They'll run it to the right. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, looking to pass. The throw. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field, and they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice. Oh, he's got some space. Bust through behind his pad. Past the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
And this dude has been a problem today. almost 200 yards rushing, whips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs.
It's caught! And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Fires to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. And the Hurricanes in the hurry-up. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Canes! This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got the back in the middle. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. We'll see if this dude can keep it rolling. You know, 3 Alabama running backs have won the Doak Walker for the best running back in the country. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Trent Richardson. Throw in Mark Ingram, who won a Heisman. He might be able to add his name to that illustrious list.
And we could still throw people in there too. Sean Alexander, we can go back even further. Alabama's always had great running backs. And when your name gets mentioned with those guys, you talk about puffing out your chest and knowing that you've had a day or a season or a career when you get mentioned with those kind of cats.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the 3rd quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, with a nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Buying some time. He's going to take off. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Finds a man on the right. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Trying to get the corner. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on to David. Finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run the option. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he was able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of the bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
This is a big moment for this offense. You keep the ball this long, you have to finish the deal. 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Iowa State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D.
Well, you wonder that time if the QB was just forcing that one over to his running back. He's already made some catches in this game. The defense is aware of that, though, and that time they had outstanding coverage. There was no way that was going to be complete.
It's a one-score game lead, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Man, that's a rough outcome. I get it. I want to try to be aggressive, but backed up in your own territory, aggressive, and you fail. Now you set the other team up for almost automatic points.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Tide! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really...
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He'll try to take it back.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Let's go! Let's go! On the option. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! The lead grows and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
But when you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet spin. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Turning it on. And they'll bring him down after the long completion. An explosive pass play for this offense. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Taking it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Sends it back in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Bunch formation for these receivers. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. There he goes. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. It's really not hard to find the difference between this game and the loss last week. Turned it over 3 times a week ago, none today.
And just a great response. Last week, you know, you're probably the reason you lost, and you didn't take care of the football. But now you step out here, you show your team you can bounce back, you can lead, take care of the football, and lead this team to victory.
Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tight end finds a soft spot. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Toss to the outside. Looking for the end zone. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.